Hello and welcome everyone to another tutorial in the series. So in the previous tutorial we looked at how we can use user input or variables to insert data into the database, and we also separated SQL queries with the help of functions. So in this tutorial we'll look at how to get data back from the database. So let's get started, and we also don't need this for loop, so we'll remove it and we'll create another function to get data. So c.execute, and the SQL query to get the data is select star from and the table name, so people. So this query will select all the data from the table. So this is our table, and select star from people will select all this data. But now we need to copy that data to print it or do something with the data. So to copy the data we have fetch all function. So c dot fetch all. So the fetch all function will copy all the selected data, and now we can print the data. So let's say print. So we can either print the data or save it in another variable. So now that we executed an operation on the database, do you think we need to use commit? So go ahead and comment your answer. And if your answer is no, then you're right. So we don't need to use commit, and this is because we didn't make any changes to the database. We just selected the data and then we copied the data and then we're printing the data. And because we didn't make any changes to the database, we don't need to save anything, and therefore we don't need to use the commit function. So let's call our function and let's run this code. So get data, and you can see we are able to print the data. The function returns a list of tuples, but this doesn't look good. So what we can do is use a for loop. So let's do that. So instead of printing the data, we'll store it inside a variable. So let's say data, and then use a for loop to iterate over the data. So for d in data. So let's print d. So let's run this again. And now you can see it looks good. It prints all the data as per the columns. So we have the name column, the age and the height. So now let's say we just want to print the names from the table. And since we know these are lists, we can use indexing. So let's do that. So let's run this again. And now you can see we just have the names in the table. So if you just want to print the name column from the table, a better way to do that will be to just select the name column. Instead of selecting star, which means everything, we can just select the name column. And let's remove the indexing. And let's run this again. And now you can see it prints only the names from the table. So instead of using indexing to just print the name column, this is a much better way because we are not selecting the entire table and then copying the data. We are just selecting the name column and then copying the data from that column. So it is more efficient in terms of performance. We only have 6 or 7 entries, so it doesn't matter as much. But if you have a large table with a lot of data, selecting just the column that you need will definitely improve your performance. And we can also select other columns. So let's say we want to select height. So let's run this. And now you can see we have the name and the height. And you can also change the order. So let's say I want the age before the name. So age and name and then height. So let's run this. And now you can see we have the age, the name and then the height. So we can change the order if you want. So the next thing we'll look at is where. So this is similar to the if condition in Python. So let's say where age is less than 18. So let's run this. And you can see it only prints the row where the age is less than 18. So 4 is definitely less than 18. So it printed this row. And you can see in the database we have all the ages above 18. So let's flip the condition. And instead of less than 18, we'll do greater than 18. Let's run it. And now you can see it prints all the ages that are above 18. So that is the where clause. It is a lot similar to the if condition in Python. And similar to the if condition, we can also use and let's say age is less than 20. So this will print all the rows where the age is greater than 18 and less than 20. So let's run this. And you can see it prints nothing. So this is because we don't have any row where the age is greater than 18 and less than 18. And that is the reason it printed nothing on the screen. So since we can use and, we can also use or. So let's run this. And you can see it prints all the data that match the condition. So now let's say you want the user to specify the conditions. So we can replace these numbers with a question mark. And then outside the string, you can use round brackets, and inside those round brackets, let's say we pass age 1 and age 2. And let's also define these as parameters in the function. And when we call the function, we can pass these parameters. So let's run this. And you can see it still works. So when we run this, these question marks are replaced with the variables that you pass in the tuple. And you need to keep in mind the order. This first variable will be replacing the first question mark, and the second variable will replace the second question mark. So that is how you get data back from the database. And try to experiment with it if you want. It will just help you understand it better. Anyways, that concludes the tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you learned something new, and see you guys until next time.